Welcome back to your favorite local Southwest low budget podcast. Today, the Me Cancelen Podcast. For today's episode, we have a special guest. It's going to be a little story time pod and a little episode. What our special guest is. So basically, I'm today's special guest. But I'm going to be doing a little story time. But I'm also going to be doing some slime while I give you guys a story time about a stalker or whatever you guys want to call it. I don't know. I'm using the word stalker really loosely. I'm not sure exactly what to call this person, but I'm going to be doing some slime. This is a slime TV dinner, and I'm going to be doing a story time while at it. So I'm going to start by opening this slime TV dinner. So I'm going to be doing some slime while I give you guys a story time, just to entertain you guys, and just so it's not just me sitting here giving like a little interview for the pod. So it's kind of like I'll be multitasking. But anyways, so I don't really know exactly how to start because this has been going on for a couple years now, so hopefully you guys can keep up. But basically this started back in, I think, my sophomore year of high school. I want to say sophomore. It might have been freshman year when I switched to. So for anybody that doesn't know, I went to West. I shouldn't say that. I switched school. I was switched to a DPS school in my middle freshman year. So I started having people on Snapchat. So this all started basically. Oh, hold up. Before I start the story time, instructions. Ingredients: 2 clay chicken drumsticks, 1 mashed potato slime, 1 chocolate scented clay brownie, vegetable mix-ins, tissue toppings, gravy slime, butter slime, and carrot. Supplies: cutlery set, TV dinner tray. Oh, and scissors, not included. Alright, well, I don't need scissors, I'll just rip it apart. It says to cut around the clay. Oh, that's what I need it for. So this is the vegetables, the carrot, it's plastic, gravy slime. I don't know what this is, but hold up, let me see. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I won't be using that. Here's the... Damn, I might need scissors for real. Damn. Oh, this is my food tray. There's butter, mashed potatoes, I think, the brownie, and the 2 chicken drumsticks. Oh, it rips around it. It doesn't actually rip the... Let's see. So basically, I honestly don't really know where to start with this, but basically it was, I switched to a DPS school the middle of my freshman year, and I started to meet a lot of people, and people would add me on Snapchat for my school. And at that time, my time in high school, I was posting a lot on Snapchat. So I would post I would post people, I would post my friends, I would post dumb stuff that I would do, and people would view it. So a lot of people from the school started adding me, and eventually this person added me. I'm not too sure whether it was freshman year, whether this all started freshman year or sophomore year, but it doesn't. It's supposed to be scented, but it doesn't. Anyways, so basically this person. So I would post. So basically this all started when this person started this girl. We'll call her Tabitha. So this girl named Tabitha started adding me on Snap, and then she would watch my stories and everything, and which is fine, that's what Snap's for. People are watching your story. But it started off with her sliding up, which was normal to me because, when I would post something, people would slide up laughing, or they would react to it, or they would just say stuff. So it was nothing out of the ordinary for me when Tabitha would slide up on my stories and stuff. But then it started to she started telling me that she liked me and all these things, and I've never let her on. I've never even met her in person. I've never spoken to her in person. I've never had a full conversation with her like that in person. Everything was through text because she was a grade above me. So So let's say this started let's say this started sophomore year, just to be safe. So she was a junior already, and she was always telling me like all these things about that she liked me, and I was just, she would be like, oh, you're cute, and I would just say thanks, I would take it as a compliment, like, okay, thanks, and that's it. But I have never flirted with her, I've never led her on, I've never dated her, nothing, like nothing. And so basically it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say delusional, she basically became delusional. So basically, it started getting out of hand when she started becoming jealous in the way that she would add everybody that I talked to, like everybody I was friends with, she would add. Anybody that she's seen me around with at school, anybody connected to me, I don't know if she became jealous, but anybody that was around me, she would add on social media, especially Snap. And then she would like text them and ask them about me and tell them about me, and like make all these delusional stories that like, oh, Diego's jealous, that this and this. And it just became so weird because people would tell me all the time, they would be like, oh bro, like Tabitha texted me yesterday. And I remember there was this one instance in high school, and it was just so weird. She was always texting people, telling them about me, asking them about me. Like anybody that I was surrounded, that she would see me with at school, she would add them. I don't know how she would find their snaps, but sometimes I would tag people and she would add them, or sometimes I would just be around someone and she would find them on social media, I don't know how, and she would add them, and then she would like ask them about me or anything, or she would just text them in general. And then there is this, so that went on, and it was like creepy and stuff, and I just, never thought too much about it. I was just thought, she's weird, I guess, in the way that she's adding everybody and asking about me. And my friends would respond to her and just be like, bro, like, just leave him alone, he doesn't like you, and stuff like that. But I guess she never got the idea. And then there was this one instance my junior year that she was a senior and I was a junior, and I remember this one instance. There was this guy that was in my class, in my grade, and there's this guy in my grade, and there was this time in school that they were like selling roses, and you could send them to somebody, and so this guy in my grade sent her these roses, and she posted on her story. And I remember that same day that she posted on her story, this has nothing to do with her, but that same day it was just it's like slimy. I remember this one day that she posted on her story, and I saw that she posted the roses that the guy gave her, and she tagged him. So I knew who they were from, which I didn't really care. I just watched the story and I just went on with my day. But that same day, lunch came around, and lunch came around, and I didn't go to lunch. So she noticed I didn't go to lunch that day, because I think we had the same lunch hour, I think. I'm not too sure. But I didn't go to lunch that day because I went to the library to fool around with some friends, like we would meet up at the library and we would just chill. And so that we were doing that, and I was at the library with some friends just chilling there instead of going to lunch. And I guess she took it as the wrong way, and she texted some of my friends that I would hang out with, not the ones I went to the library with, just friends in general that I would hang out with, that she would see me with, and she knew that were my friends. She texted them saying, oh, Diego saw my story, he got jealous, and he didn't go to lunch because he's jealous that this guy that was in my grade sent me flowers. He's jealous, like, why is he mad? Like, he didn't go to lunch. He didn't go to lunch and everything. So, and my friend showed me the messages, and I was like, dude, she's, why would she, like, like, for her to think that, like, I've never given her a reason to think that, like, that I'm into her, or that, like, we had something, I don't know what. But basically, yeah, so she would, stuff like that, like, she would text them about things that, like, that I was doing in school. Like, I didn't go to lunch one day, and she would text my friend saying, oh, why didn't he go to lunch? Like, oh, is he mad at me? Or, like, we've never spoken in in person, we've never held a conversation like that. I remember that time back in high school, like when she first like slid up on my stories, I would respond. Like she would slide up like saying like LMAO or something was funny like on my story, and I would respond because I would respond to everybody that texted me, And she was just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Hold up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Am I just supposed to mold it together? Oh, I'm supposed to just mix it all together. Okay, well, that's what I'll do. So basically, it was like, yeah, so she was just always like weird about everything, and she was like texting friends and everything, and so that was, I don't remember too much, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember too much about stuff that happened in high school. It was a long ass time ago, but just things that I do remember is that she would like, she was like very like attentive to who I was with. I don't know if it was like jealousy or anything, that when I would hang out with people, she would add them and everything just to see like, for them to see if they would post me or I don't know what, And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like all the crazy stuff started happening after high school, once I graduated from high school, because I became a senior, junior year, and then junior year came around, she was a senior, we had a class together, we had a science class together, so I would sit all the way in the back with some friends, and like when you sit in the back of a classroom, you're fooling around with friends, right? But she sat in the very front with her friend or whatever, and there was times that like she would post me on her story and tag me and make it seem like we were friends. Like I'd be in the back fooling around or like playing around with friends, and she would post, like she would be recording me like trying to be all sneaky, and she would post and be like, oh my god, Diego's so funny, or stuff like that, like make it seem like we were like friends, I guess, or I don't know, it was so weird. And then I would watch her story and I would see myself, I'm like, what the heck, like I didn't even know she was recording. It was just so weird. Like imagine, I don't know, but yeah, she would like caption her videos or pictures of me and stuff like that. I don't know if she still has those videos or pictures, but I don't know. I just thought it was so weird, and I wouldn't give it attention because I don't want to like give her attention if that's what she wanted, So I just didn't give it much attention. And then so that would have science class was really weird with me with her. And it was just instances like that. She was always turning around every time, like, anything would be going on. She would just turn around at random times, and I would catch her like watching me, or just like her posting me. It was just weird. But and then senior year came around. She had already graduated, so she graduated already. I'm a senior now, and she was still like very attentive, watching my stories, and I still had her on everything, like on Instagram. I don't think I have her on Facebook, I'm not sure. But I had her on Instagram and Snapchat, and it was just weird, like, she kind of stopped, like, sliding up as much and everything, so I thought it was just a phase, she was out of high school. I just figured that it was just a phase that she went through, that she was done over it, She would watch my stories still, but, I'm just like, she's probably, over it, which is fine, And then I graduate, and then she starts, from when I graduated to now, things have been just getting weird. She started sharing location with me. Things got weird because, I'm kind of at fault for this because there was a time, I don't know if anyone remembers when like iMessage games became a thing, and everyone would post down their story saying like, oh, slide up and for my number to play iMessage. I did that one time, and she had slid up. She had stopped doing all the weird stuff. She was already out of high school. I was already out of high school, so I figured that she outgrew it. All that, like the weird phase, So I gave her my number to play iMessage games, and which was a really bad mistake because just by giving her the iMessage games, it was the fact that now she had my number, and so she would start texting me all the time, like all these random things. I'm gonna try, if I can find any screenshots or anything, I'm gonna try and post them here. But yeah, so she started like texting me and spamming me, and like she would just text me, hey, how are you, I like you, and all these things, and I wouldn't even respond most of the time. Sometimes I'd be like, bro, leave me alone, stop. And then it got out of hand when I would post like a friend of mine, and I would tag him, and she added him and started texting him, and she was telling him, she's like, oh, I don't want Diego, I want you, like I love you. Like she was telling him, like I love you, like I want to be with you, I don't want Diego, like Diego's nothing to me. And I'm like, bro, we were never anything in the first place, but you know. And it was just so weird. Like she did that to a friend of mine. She did that to a cousin. I have a cousin that she was always texting. She had him on everything. She was texting that she loved him and everything too, and she wanted nothing to do with me. And it was just so weird. Like she would do that to like every guy that like, you know, that like she would add and that was around me. She would tell them that she didn't want me anymore and that she wanted to be with them. She loved them, that she liked them, that she thought they were cute, like all these things, you know. I guess she was just trying to get a boyfriend. But I don't know, it was just so weird. And then people started blocking her or telling her to stop, and she would just keep going, and then she would come back and like started spamming me with messages, and I just wouldn't respond. I would just ignore them. And then she started sharing there was a time where she started sharing her location with me, and she would request my location all the time. I just never would accept it. So I don't know why it wasn't weird to her for her to share her location with me. You know, it was weird. Like I could see her location and everything. I'm like, and then she would request mine, but I would just deny it. And then she would spam call me, and then there was a time where she even started sharing my phone number to her cousins and her friends, so they would call me or text me on Messenger or like anything. They would like send me messages through text message, or they would go on Facebook Messenger and send me and ask me like, oh, do you like Tabitha, do you want to be with her, she likes you, and all this other stuff. And I would just tell her to leave me alone. I would just tell all her friends or her cousins, whatever they were, to leave me alone, or I just wouldn't even answer. But it was just so annoying. Like she would just keep going at it. She was so persistent in wanting to, like, I don't know what she was trying to gain or what she was trying to do, but she was just so persistent about it. It was so weird. I would block her and unadd her and unfriend her on everything throughout the years, and then time would pass by, like months would pass by and stuff, and I thought that she was already over it. So I was just like, so months would pass by, or months or years would pass by, and I would accept, and she would request me again, and so like I would accept it because I'm like, it's been a while, you know, she's probably over that phase. I would just keep thinking it's a phase, that she was done, but every time I would accept her, or you know, she would start up again. She would follow me, unfollow me on Instagram. She would sometimes slide up on my stories on Snap, but not as, you know, often. And then she was just texting my friends. She was still adding friends of mine, and she was texting them, still asking them about me and all these other things. And then basically fast forward to a week and a half ago, she made a group chat on Snapchat with me and some random people. I don't know who they were. I think they were like her friends, or I don't know what. And she just did like a group chat, and everyone was like, oh, like what is this, or who are these people and stuff like that. And she tagged me in a comment, and she tagged me and said she was just like, oh, this is the podcast guy. And then she put laughing emojis, and I was just like, I was just confused as to what she was even doing, or what it was for. I took myself out of the group chat, and I unfriended her on Snap. And I blocked her on Snap. And then she started spamming me through WhatsApp, like trying to FaceTime me like multiple times. Like she was calling me and I would reject. She would call, I would reject, call, reject, and it was just going back and forth. So then she started texting me on WhatsApp saying, hey, I'm sorry, like something like, she was basically apologizing for what she did on Snap. So I blocked her on, I think I blocked her on WhatsApp, I don't remember, but I just blocked her on Snapchat, and then I blocked her on Instagram too, because I was just kind of tired. I was like, bro, why is she it's so childish for her to be doing that, you know? So I just blocked her on everything. And then she was also doing like these things on Instagram. I eventually blocked her on Instagram because she was doing like these anonymous things, the NGLs, where you can post like for people to send you questions anonymously. and she had a close friends on Instagram, and I don't know who was on it. I just know it was me and this other friend of mine, because my friend would send me screenshots of what she would post all the time, and it was basically like she would just post the NGL on her story, on her close friend story, and all the questions that people would ask her would just be her. You could obviously tell she was sending herself these questions, because there was things people were asking her about me. Like, it would be like, oh, why did Diego block you? And I'm like, bro, everyone can tell that, that she's sending them to herself, because how are random people gonna know that I just blocked her like not too long ago? But it was just things like that. I have some screenshots. I'm gonna post some screenshots there while I keep going, but so you guys can see like what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was so weird. Like, she was just posting like all these things. She would send herself these anonymous questions about me, saying, oh, are you and Diego still talking? Oh, who do you like? And she was always making it seem like she had a boyfriend and stuff, or that she was talking to someone, or I don't know what. But I really don't know who was all in that close friends. I just know it was me and another friend, but she was always doing that. So I eventually blocked her on. I would tell her, my friend would slide up and tell her to like stop, because we can all she would be like, oh dude, we know that you're telling yourself these things, and she would just play dumb, like, oh, like, it's not me, it's not. But so I eventually, when I blocked her on Snap and everything, I blocked her on Instagram too. And so fast forward to this day, she's blocked on everything. But she started like not too long, like a couple days ago, she made a fake Snapchat and added me, like a fake Snapchat name and everything, a fake username, a fake Snapchat account, and added me. And so I just accepted it, and then right away she started texting me and everything, and I told her to leave me alone, and she got mad at me, so I blocked her. I unfriended and I blocked the account. And then like an hour later, she made a new account with the same last name. And so she texted me, and I told her to leave me the fuck alone. I was like, bro, leave me alone. Like, I know it's you. And then she went off on me for some reason. She went off on me. She got mad and went off on me, saying, oh, like, you're so dumb and this isn't her. And then she sent me, like, I screenshot it too. And I screenshot it and I posted on my story. So if you have me on Snap, I don't know if you saw it on my story or not, but I had screenshot the conversation and I tagged her. I was like, add her or whatever. And then I just tagged her username, and I posted on my story. And then eventually my friends were telling me that they tried adding the account, and the account didn't exist anymore. I guess she, deleted the account or whatever, but people were trying to add her and they couldn't. But it's just so weird. It's been going on for so many years since I was in high school, and that was a long time ago. And she's older than me, so she beats me by like a year or 2 years. And I don't know, it's just been going on, and it's not, and most of the time, I still have her blocked, but most of the time now, it's not even that she's bothering me, but she's bothering like the people that are around me, people that hang out with me, people that surround themselves with me. Like, anybody near me, she'll add them, or she'll like investigate who they are, and she'll text them. I don't know most of the time, she'll ask them about me, or like, or she'll just talk to them or tell them that she wants them, or that she thinks they're cute. And it's just so weird. I don't know, maybe I just don't want to, really say her name or anything, give out her identity, because I feel like it's a little fucked up to give out her identity like that. But it's just so that you guys know that, like, if anytime, I'm not too sure if in any of the other podcast episodes, people have talked about my stalker. So if you ever hear like in an episode or anything, or anybody in general talk about my stalker, that's the person I'm talking about. Tabitha is her name that I'm going to be using. But yeah, that's just that. It was just it was just a quick pod, like, to talk about a little story time. I know I didn't give too much details because I can't really remember much. It's just been so many years that it's been going on, and it'll be like here and there things that she does. I don't know, maybe in a further episode or in a video, I'll bring like people that have argued with her, or that people that she stalked or told them that she loved them. Maybe I'll bring them all on the pod and we could just talk about it and stuff like that, just to give you guys more details and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much my story about the stalker. And I just made a slime. I mixed all the food together. It's just, yeah. And then, yeah, I kind of made a mess. Just wanted to come on and, do an episode about myself. See how it goes, Let me know what you guys think about it. Yeah. Alright, Diego, thanks for sharing about the stalker. I know it was a really quick episode. You guys are used to, like, I usually make the episodes about 40 minutes long or an hour, and I know it was really short. I don't know if I spoke too fast. Yeah, if anybody knows who I'm talking about, like, comment down below a little emoji. I don't know. I'll know, just comment an emoji and I'll know that you guys know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't want to release her identity or say anything like that. But if you know, basically. If you were in high school with me and we were friends and, hopefully you guys get a good idea of what my stalker has been doing and how long it's been. It's been going on for years. Yeah, don't forget, comparten con el amante, véanla juntos, Let me know if you guys have stalkers or if you guys have ever been through, like, anybody obsessed with you or anything like that. Let me know in the comments below. And hopefully you guys enjoy, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And nos vemos para la próxima.